How you doing, everyone? Scott back again. This time it's going to be for an unboxing from High Roller Records, and it's about time. High Roller haven't been sending to the UK since Brexit, basically. So before COVID, they basically just cut ties with the UK and just said, look, we can't afford to send anything to the UK now. So a bit of a pain, because High Roller's really, really good for picking up cheap vinyl, brand new vinyl, you know, new releases obviously coming out on the label, and they obviously get stock in from other distros as well. So it's been a bit of a pain, but a few weeks ago I emailed High Roller just to say, look, I could probably find a group of guys who would put in a bulk order. You could send it to me, I would be like a hub in the UK, and I could send it out to them. And then I got an email back from Stefan, who runs the label, and he just said, well, we've actually just started sending back out to the UK in the last week. The only downside to that is you've got to spend over 160 euros. But I thought, you know, I can find a few guys who would probably split the 160 with me and probably take it above that, and I did. So there's going to be stuff in here for Mike, Metal Mickey, and Mark G with a C. So I won't show you that, because they will obviously probably want to show you that on their channel. But I'm going to get stuck into my stuff. So, trusty knife. If this takes too long, I'll just fast forward it, because it's pretty well wrapped. I think there's over 11 LPs in here. So I don't know what order they're going to be in. Alright, so we are open, and we have some flyers, another one. Okay, box within a box. Comes really well packed. So this is Saturday afternoon. This arrived on Thursday. I think we put the order in the Thursday before that. Maybe even after that. I mean, it didn't take long to come. They're really good at just sending it out. It's all signed for, so it's all tracked. So they do a really good job. Okay, we are in. And the first one is mine. And this first one I've been trying to get on OG for years, and it's a pain in the arse to get. It's hard to find. It was on eBay for a while, but it was about 75, 80 quid for the OG, and I just wasn't paying that. But last year, or the year before, they announced that they were going to put out a reissue, and it is Paradox and Heresy. These have all been opened and put in sleeves, which is good. Apologies for the noise. So a few of these will come on colour variants. This one comes on, I think it's a blue, yeah, kind of clear blue colour. So this is Paradox's second album, and it's awesome. And I've been looking for it for so long, and finally glad to have it. I'll try and re-sleeve these on camera, which is never a great idea, but yeah, really good job on these. Nothing special. I think there's a lyric sheet. I don't know what came in the original. Like I said, hard to find. But the first two Paradox albums from the 80s, I think this was from 89, I think. Limited to 500 copies. Yeah, I think originally 89, and I think their first album came out in 87, and they had like a big 11-year break. I've not actually checked out any Paradox after this, but this is well worth checking out if you've not. It's just 80s thrash in the line of Anthrax. That's the kind of style that they go down. It's really, really decent. So that's Paradox and Heresy. Next one is also one of mine, and it is Glacier and the Passing of Time. This was released, I think this was released 2020. This, I'd never heard of this until I saw a couple of people mention it in the VC, and I just kind of had to check it out. Didn't even know this was on High Roller, or this was getting sold. It's actually on No Remorse, but this was getting sold on the High Roller website, and it just, my eye just drew straight to it. Fantastic traditional metal. That's all it is. Glacier started, I did a bit of homework. Glacier started up in 1984, did demos, singles, EPs, and it turns out this is their first full-length album. And what an album it is. I mean, they have had nearly 40 years to write it, but it's a tremendous album. Just straightforward metal. Plain white sleeve, and on 180 gram clear vinyl. In fact, yeah, that is 180 gram. So really nice. So yeah, I would definitely check this out. I'm late to the party with Glacier. I bet a lot of folk have actually already heard this. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. Glacier, their first album. It took them 40 years for it to come out. This looks definitely not mine. Oh no, this is mine. So next one, Black Viper and Hellions of Fire. Now, I'd never heard of Black Viper before. I literally checked these guys out because they were on the High Roller website. I just liked the cover, liked the name. I thought, you know, that could be up my street. So I just fired onto YouTube, gave it a listen. Really liked what I heard. Like the first song is awesome. And that just kind of, as soon as I heard that, I thought, you know, this is right up my street. Hellions of Fire, white vinyl. Included is a bonus 10-inch called Storming with Vengeance. I'm sure that's a song on the album. Yeah, it's the first song on side 2. So inside, this is actually on High Roller Records. Catalogue sheet and matte lyric sheet. 10-inch Storming with Vengeance included inside. And gleaming white vinyl. Very nice. I want to get my mucky prints all over that. So this is, again, just pretty much straightforward metal with elements of speed metal. It's, yeah, I was going to say it's like it's sped up metal, but it's speed metal with these kind of heavy metal breakdowns. Really good. Check it out. Okay, next is, this one's mine as well. They're all coming out in good order. Stallion, and this is their latest album, Slaves of Time, from 2020, I think it is. Stallion's a band that I have completely just passed over. I've seen people show them, and I don't know, I think the name put me off. It was just a bit of a, I thought it was a bit of a cheesy name. And you know, something stupid like that can just put you right off buying an album or even checking it out. But they had all the Stallion albums on the website, and I just thought, you know, I'll go for the latest one, see what it sounds like, and I just thought it was awesome. It's not what I thought. I thought it was going to be quite AOR-ish, quite poppy, but it's not like that at all. It's kind of more raw, heavy metal, speed metal. They kind of, the only downfall to this album is the singer kind of stays in this, he stays in this kind of almost shouty, screamy vocal. Like there's a song on this called Die With Me, which is, I would say he starts off like a bit of a ballad, but he doesn't change his vocals. It doesn't soften his vocals up. He just kind of goes straight in with these kind of like aggressive vocals, which you think sometimes you can kind of tone it down, change it up a little bit, but he doesn't really. This is... I think this is just on black vinyl. So again, catalogue sheet, and there's the vinyl there, just black vinyl, so nothing special there. But I think these guys are, I want to say German. That could be completely wrong. I'll check the names out. Yeah, I think they're German. Yeah, so Stallion, I'll be picking up a lot more Stallion. I really enjoyed them. And if I can get the guys to chip into High Roller again, I'll probably get that maybe sometime in the next few months. Next up is Air Raid and Fatal Encounter. This is their 2023 release. I think this was only released maybe a month ago. I had all these Air Raid albums there as well. I noticed this was coming out in 2023, so I checked it out and I loved it. Honestly, it's one of the best newer albums I've heard this year. It's awesome. Had a lot of colour variants inside. These guys are Swedish. You'd probably categorise them as new wave of traditional heavy metal. I'm kind of going off that kind of tagline now, but comes in this Cold in the Shade vinyl. It looked a bit more bluey on the website. This is a bit more clear than it is blue, but had that, I had yellow, so I just thought, do you know what? And there wasn't, I mean, I think there was like, because it was in euros, so it was like cents between each colour variant or the black variant, so I just thought, why not? Normally I just usually go for the black, but I thought I'd mix it up. Let's see if we can get this bit off now. So there we go, Air Raid, out this year, check it out. Traditional metal, amazing guitar work, the hooks in it are awesome, you know, it's catchy, the music is really, really catchy, so I really suggest you check it out. Quick drink. Right, next up. Okay, this one isn't mine, so that's going over there. This one definitely isn't mine. That's going over there as well. Not mine. Not mine. This is not mine. You can just tell by the writing. It's also not mine. Some gruesome bastards order from this box. And the last one, which is mine. This was a recommendation from Darcy. I think he mentioned this in his, I'm sure this was in his end of year list or something like that. And I'd never heard it. I was looking through the comments and people were mentioning this album. And then I commented on the video about this album. Darcy said, you need to check it out. I think you'll love it. And he was completely right. And it is Summerlands and Dreamkiller. I've listened to this album, I don't know how many times. It just gets better and better. It's I think it's most of the band are made up from the band Eternal Champion, apart from I think the vocalist. I don't know what happened there. I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't know if they just kind of wanted to do something different or this is their band now. I'm not sure. This is their second release. They've got a self-titled album, I think, with a different singer. But this is well worth checking out. I mean, the font on that is ridiculous. I mean, you can't really even see the logo. But it's awesome. It's, again, just metal. And it's It goes a bit softer. I wouldn't say like it's AOR soft, but it goes into like kind of like hard rock parts. I think it's the second song. I mean, I say I've listened to this loads of times, but it's the second song that always, Heavens Above is the one that kind of you go, oh, because the first one's a bit of like a, just like a metal song, and then the second song, it takes it down a notch, and you're like, all right, okay, it definitely mixes it up. There's insert with lyrics. But straightforward metal, well worth checking out, and it came on this. Wow. Get your shades on for that. That was meant to be violet, I think, but Jesus Christ. As you can see, out on relapse. So that is Summerlands and Dreamkiller. I think it came out, I think the vinyl was released this year, but I think the actual album was released last year. Now I can't even read that. I feel like Metal Mickey, I need to get my glasses on. Yeah, so it was released in 2022, but I'm pretty sure the vinyl wasn't available until this year. So that is it. All the stuff there, but that's not for me. That'll be getting sent out to the boys. Yeah, I just thought I would use this as a kind of I'm a wee bit back video. As you know, I'll always make excuses for not making videos, and I always try to get on but don't. So this was a perfect time to kind of get back, check in, see how you all are, and I'll hopefully try and get some videos watched. I have been watching videos, I've not been commenting. I'm just trying to be getting through folks' videos, but anyway, I'll hopefully be back soon. In the meantime, you can let me know what you think. If you've heard any of these albums, I know some of you have heard some of them, but let me know what you think, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Cheers.